Football is a young man's game. With the hard cuts and heavy hits, the on-field life expectancy of a pro is barely 3 years. If players make it into their 30s, they're basically senior citizens.
I decided to retire.
As I start my new journey.
You okay?
I want to call my grandmother.
You gonna call your grandmother?
But I am going to retire. This is not an easy decision.
But high in the Rocky Mountains, there lies an anomaly, a superhuman who's managed to maintain his athleticism into the 4th decade of his life. Colorado's 32-year-old kicker, James Stefanou. I sat down with Stefanou at the team's Boulder facility. Bro, so you are the oldest kicker in all of college sports. How does it feel to be that much older than everybody else that you're playing with?
I feel young, man. I feel good. I don't really care, hey. I just go out and kick the ball, and if someone's got something to say, they say it, and I don't listen, so it's all good. As an elder statesman, Stefanou feels the bigotry firsthand. One of the biggest problems in college football today? Ageism.
What do you mean if someone has something to say? What kind of stuff do they say?
You get all the jokes, man. It's past your bedtime while you're playing a night game. I got that at Utah. That was fun.
Really?
Yeah, that was fun. Then I went to miss the kick too, so it got in my head a bit, I reckon, but that's all good.
Kind of prejudice, though, that they're treating you differently just because it's something that you can't control. Kind of ugly.
No, I can't control, but it's all banter. It's all good fun, so it's good. You know, 32 years old as a kicker, you can play till you're 40, so I thought, why not?
Following our chat, James took us out onto the practice field. After which, we sat down to unwind with his favorite activity, watching Team Jeopardy. I guess things are a little bit easier when you play against the kids. As we went our separate ways, I was still puzzled by the curious case of the Colorado kicker. How was he able to last into his twilight years? To find out more about the logistics of longevity, I sat down with Hall of Fame kicker Morten Andersen, who played football until he was 47 years old.
Hi, I'm Pro Football Hall of Famer Morten Andersen, leading scorer in the history of the game. Most games played in the history of the game. Pleasure to be here.
Why is it possible that kickers can have a later trajectory and longer trajectory in the game of football?
Really, being a kicker is very distasteful. It's the world of suck.
Then we asked about Stefanou.
So this guy probably has some natural talent. Secondly, his wear and tear on his body is not going to be the same as if you're an every down player and you're playing 75 snaps a game. You know, these foreign-bred guys, they just have good genes too. That's another thing, right? So maybe he's getting good sleep. Maybe he's drinking the right kind of beer. I don't know.
The Fosters, right?
Maybe the Fosters.
That got me thinking. If kickers last so long, maybe I could help out an old friend of mine. A friend named Chainsaw Lenon. Chainsaw Lenon is the world's #1 onside kick trick shot specialist. Every day, he floods the internet with videos featuring the tender touch of his golden toe.
About 8 years ago, I couldn't do an onside for the life of me. And then it was one of those things, I'm kind of like a worker, a grinder. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get good at this. And then I just all of a sudden started practicing it one day and eventually got real good at it. And then I just kept up with it, and then it's just paid off.
He's the best in the world at what he does. But at 43, he's a victim of ageism himself and can't catch on with a team.
I mean, if a team, an AFL team, NFL team wanted to, call me up to do onsides or even, keep coaching, that's fine with me. But I just love doing what I do, and I'm going to keep continuing to do it.
Lennon's story is straight out of a movie. He was sharing trade secrets with NFL kickers while working as a custodial engineer.
It started maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. I was actually a janitor at an elementary school.
You're like the Good Will Hunting of kicking.
Oh, yeah. So these NFL guys would get at me and be like, hey, how do you do your onsides? How do you do yours? Oh, by the way, where do you work? I'm like, oh, I'm a janitor at elementary school.
If anyone deserved the glory of big program football, it was Chainsaw Lenon. It was time. If I was going to end ageism in college football, I would have to act now. Colorado coach Mel Tucker was a proven ally to the elderly. Maybe he could help. Everyone knows all good culture starts with the kicker.
Does everyone know that?
Coach Tucker values his players' independence.
Yeah, I don't talk to the kickers.
And he's sure to check in on his aging stars.
What does it feel like to be in there, an old man in the locker room with all these young bucks?
The only guy with pubes and stuff, it's crazy, man. I love it, man. When I first got here, they stopped asking me relationship advice because I was married and they didn't want to get married yet, but right, no, I love it, man. I drop down a little bit, they get up a little bit, so it's good fun.
He wasn't even afraid to lie about his players.
He's a true baller, and I mean, I might be able to use him as safety.
It looked like Coach Tucker was the perfect person to help.
I want to bring a little bit of attention to my close personal friend down here, a man by the name of Chainsaw Lenon, the best onside kick trick specialist in the entire world. And I'd love to open up the floor, Chainsaw, if you have any questions for Coach.
Shoot, I didn't think of a question.
God damn it, Chainsaw.
Coach, I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Chainsaw Lenon, 43 years old, and you've proven that this Colorado program isn't scared of ageism and isn't scared of having an elderly kicker. Will you give Chainsaw Lenon a scholarship?
I can't guarantee that I'll give him a scholarship walking in the door, but I'll give him an opportunity to earn a scholarship through production.
I had done it. I ended prejudice.